The developers at Bethesda are seemingly obsessed with the works of H.P. Lovecraft, and his ideas have slithered their way in almost all of their games. We aren't just talking about direct references like the Dunwich location or Pickman's gallery. There's even more to explore beyond just that.
H.P. Lovecraft's works have an unparalleled ability to evoke cosmic horror, a genre that delves into the insignificance of humanity in the face of an indifferent, often malevolent universe. His richly imaginative mythos, filled with ancient eldritch beings and forbidden knowledge, taps into deep-seated fears of the unknown and unknowable. Lovecraft's dense atmospheric prose and meticulous world building create a uniquely immersive experience, drawing readers into a reality where the familiar becomes terrifyingly strange. This blend of existential dread and otherworldly awe has cemented Lovecraft's legacy as a master of horror, captivating and unsettling readers for generations.
Let's begin in Fallout 3. This game oozes with the influence of Lovecraft, and majorly so in the Point Lookout DLC. We'll head there shortly, but first, and surely the most fitting to talk about in the beginning, is the Dunwich building. A derelict building that you can find at the southwesternmost part of the map. Ronald Laren from Girdershade will give you a warning to stay the hell away from the Dunwich building, because it has bad mojo. He is very right.
One thing I can tell you is stay the hell away from the Dunwich building to the south. That place is bad mojo. I don't know what that place is about, but I hear about weird shit going on.
Inside, you'll find a different world than you're used to when compared to other buildings in the Capital Wasteland. The atmosphere feels more dense. The light is lost to deeper and darker shadows hugging the corners of the walls. You'll find yourself hearing whispers kissing at your ears and imagining strange hallucinations of a bygone past. But is it really just your imagination? The interior of the Dunwich building is designed to evoke a sense of dread and unease, much like in the atmosphere of Lovecraft's works. Players encounter strange noises, hallucinations, and supernatural occurrences that contribute to a feeling of cosmic horror. You'll still have to face the very real and physical threats of the wasteland, as a bunch of ghouls will try to overwhelm you during the escapade. The ghouls can be seen as analogous to the monstrous beings and corrupted humans in Lovecraft's tales. The transformation and degradation of humans into ghouls reflects themes of corruption and the loss of humanity. As you traverse the building, you'll find logs from a man named Jamie who ventured into this place. As he explored the ruins, he found himself losing his mind slowly. You'll also discover information on the company that owned the building before the bombs fell, the Dunwich Boars LLC, which were a drilling company. They seemingly dug into something that they shouldn't have. Besides the fact that the name Dunwich is a reference to the Dunwich horror story from Lovecraft, there's a lot more to it. Down below the Dunwich building, you'll find a strange obelisk that is being worshipped by the ghouls. The closer you get to it, the more you hear its whispers. This obelisk exudes a malevolent presence, hinting at ancient and otherworldly powers. Common theme in Lovecraft's works, its power driving those around it to madness. And the most important references of all come from Jamie's final log, where he repeats the name Al-Hazred over and over again.
Sharp knife to send him to deep temple. Flay and say my words. Abdul comes again on the feast of the weaker, feast for the deep temple. Born again, here. Al-Hazred! Yes!
Al-Hazred, as it happens, is the author of the fictional Necronomicon, which appears in many of Lovecraft's tales. He also repeats this in person when you find him as a ghoul worshipping the obelisk down below. He may even repeat a different name, Yeth, an homage to R'lyeh, the underwater city in which Cthulhu, an Old One, waits dreaming. We aren't done with this place yet either, but we need to go and explore Point Lookout before we come back. Point Lookout features a swampy, isolated region filled with decaying mansions, eerie landscapes, and a pervasive sense of dread and mystery, similar to the environments often depicted in Lovecraft stories. The feeling of isolation and the unsettling atmosphere contribute to a Lovecraftian tone. The DLC delves into themes of the occult, with references to dark rituals, ancient tomes, and supernatural phenomena. These elements are staples of Lovecraftian horror, where the unknown and the eldritch play a center role in the narrative. The swamp folk with their inbred, mutated appearances and behaviors are reminiscent of the degenerate, isolated communities in Lovecraft stories, such as the inhabitants of Innsmouth in The Shadow over Innsmouth. These communities are often depicted as having fallen into corruption due to dark influences. The cult-like tribal religion in Point Lookout and the significance of the punga fruit can be seen as a nod to the strange, esoteric beliefs and practices found in Lovecraft's mythos, where ancient, often malevolent gods and rituals are central themes. But the most connected reference of all is the quest The Dark Heart of Blackhall. You begin the quest by encountering Obadiah Blackhall at Blackhall Manor. The Blackhall family, with its dark history and connection to the occult practices, echoes the themes of ancestral curses and forbidden knowledge. He asks the player to retrieve a book called the Krivbekne that has been stolen by a local cult. The book is in possession of a cult located in the Sacred Bog. This group of inbred and mutated swamp folk practices dark rituals. This ancient and malevolent tome is the centerpiece of the quest. Its dark power and the fear it inspires are reminiscent of Lovecraft's Necronomicon, a fictional grimoire filled with forbidden knowledge and spells. Upon retrieving the Krivbekne, the player can either return it to Obadiah Blackhall, destroy it, or give it to Marcella, a missionary who wants to destroy it to prevent its dark influence from spreading. Each choice reflects the moral ambiguity and the potential consequences of dealing with forbidden knowledge, a common theme in Lovecraft's work. Now remember when I said we would return to the Dunwich building? Well, this is it. For the only way to actually destroy the book besides Marcella is to take it back to the obelisk. You'll have to travel back down to the depths and reach the Forbidden Stone. Once there, the book will ignite into flames and incinerate all the surrounding ghouls. Your choice regarding the Krivbekne reflects the moral ambiguity and potential dangers of interacting with forbidden knowledge. In Lovecraft's tales, characters often face dire consequences for delving into the unknown, or attempting to use ancient powers.
The Elder Scrolls Oblivion also holds some dark references to Lovecraft. Just like in Fallout 3's Point Lookout DLC, the Shivering Isles DLC could be considered an entire reference to his work. But before we get into that, we need to explore the small village of Hactor, located in an isolated region in Cyrodiil. When you arrive here, the people are seemingly annoyed or apprehensive of your presence. They'll explain that you need to leave, that they don't want you here. The town of Hactor bears a strong resemblance to the setting and themes found in H.P. Lovecraft's short story, The Shadow over Innsmouth. In this story, the dilapidated fishing town of Innsmouth has been overrun with a pagan cult that worships the old god Dagon and lives alongside the grotesquely fish-like Deep Ones. I'm sure you caught on to another reference there. The old god Dagon from Lovecraft's stories and Mehrunes Dagon, a Daedric prince and god of the Elder Scrolls. Both Hactor and Innsmouth are isolated towns that have fallen into decay. Hactor is hidden away in the forests of Cyrodiil, and it has a decrepit appearance with dilapidated buildings and an eerie, foreboding atmosphere. Similarly, Innsmouth is described as a nearly abandoned fishing town with a sense of lurking dread and dilapidation. Below Hactor, you will find some interesting things. It appears they have built secretive tunnels underground and that they created a cult. The Hactor Brethren is a secretive cult that worships the Deep Ones. This is a direct reference to the esoteric Order of Dagon in Innsmouth, which worships the Deep Ones, aquatic beings from Lovecraft's mythos. Both cults perform rituals and sacrifices to the respective deities. In Hactor, the Brethren's veneration of the Deep Ones involves rituals and sacrifices in the underground caverns. This mirrors the worship practices in Innsmouth, where the townsfolk worship the Deep Ones and perform similar rites and sacrifices in subterranean passages. The quest, A Shadow over Hactor, involves a player rescuing Dharma, a woman kidnapped by the Hactor Brethren for a sacrificial ritual. This parallels the events in The Shadow over Innsmouth, where people are taken by the cult for sacrifice or to join the Deep Ones. Hactor's history involves a time of prosperity when the town had an agreement with the Deep Ones, followed by a downfall when these dealings were interrupted. This mirrors the history of Innsmouth, which thrived economically due to its pact with the Deep Ones until the government intervened and exposed the town's secret. In both Hactor and Innsmouth, the town's prosperity is tied to intergenerational pacts with otherworldly beings. The people of Hactor, like the residents of Innsmouth, are bound by agreements made by their ancestors, perpetuating a cycle of worship and sacrifice. Hactor serves as a rich and detailed homage to H.P. Lovecraft's The Shadow over Innsmouth, capturing the essence of Lovecraftian horror through its settings, inhabitants, and underlying themes of ancient, forbidden worship and the fear of the unknown. The town's atmosphere, the behaviors of its residents, and the dark rituals they perform all closely mirror Lovecraft's narrative, creating a compelling experience that honors the source material. The Shivering Isles themselves can be seen as an homage to Lovecraft's themes of madness and the otherworldly. The realm is divided into two regions, mania and dementia, reflecting the dual nature of insanity, which is a recurring theme in Lovecraft's stories. The Dungeon of Zidillion, designed to drive adventurers mad, reflects Lovecraft's fascination with the fragility of the human mind and the horrors that can result from encountering the unknown. The Grey March is a cyclical event where the Daedric Prince of Order attempts to retake the Shivering Isles from Sheogorath. This concept of an unstoppable, reoccurring force seeking to impose order on chaos can be seen as a nod to Lovecraftian themes of cosmic cycles and the inevitable return of ancient powers. The Hill of Suicides location in Dementia is filled with the spirits of those who have taken their own lives, condemned to wander the hill until they find peace. This reflects Lovecraft's exploration of the afterlife and the concept of eternal suffering. In the quest, Symbols of Office, players encounter references to the Ancient Ones while retrieving Sheogorath's items of power. This name echoes Lovecraft's Great Old Ones, ancient cosmic deities who possess immense power and influence. The themes of forbidden knowledge and books that drive the readers to madness common in Lovecraft's works are mirrored in the Shivering Isles. For example, the book The Prophet Arnand, found in the New Sheoth Library, describes visions and prophecies that echo the arcane and often dangerous knowledge found in Lovecraftian tomes. These elements collectively create an atmosphere in the Shivering Isles that resonates with the Lovecraftian horror, blending themes of madness, ancient and forbidden knowledge, and otherworldly entities.
Skyrim has several small and mostly vague references to the work of Lovecraft, like the Daedric Prince of Darkness and Decay Namira, who has aspects that could be seen as Lovecraftian, particularly in her association with the grotesque and the repulsive. Her worshippers often engage in cannibalism and other dark tribe rituals, reminiscent of the degenerate cults in Lovecraft's stories. Various aspects of Skyrim's design, from the monstrous designs of certain Daedra to the eerie atmosphere of ancient Nordic ruins, are influenced by Lovecraftian aesthetics. The game's focus on ancient buried secrets and the horror that comes with uncovering them also aligns with Lovecraft's themes. But there is one big one: Hermaeus Mora. The Daedric Prince of Knowledge and Memory, Hermaeus Mora, is heavily influenced by Lovecraft's cosmic entities. He appears as a mass of tentacles and eyes, similar to the Lovecraftian creatures like Cthulhu or Yog-Sothoth. Mora's domain, Apocrypha, is a plane filled with the endless shelves of forbidden knowledge, reminiscent of Lovecraft's themes of ancient and forbidden lore. In the Dragonborn DLC for Skyrim, you'll explore more of Hermaeus' realm and collect some interesting tomes called Black Books. These artifacts are scattered throughout Solstheim and serve as portals to Apocrypha. Reading a Black Book transports you to Hermaeus Mora's realm, where you can gain powerful yet often corrupting knowledge. This is similar to Lovecraft's Necronomicon, which we spoke about earlier. The realm of Hermaeus Mora is filled with dark, twisted landscapes, endless libraries, and monstrous entities. The visual and atmospheric design of Apocrypha is heavily influenced by Lovecraft's descriptions of otherworldly realms and the horrors that inhabit them. The primary antagonist of the Dragonborn DLC, Miraak, is a dragon priest who has been corrupted by the power of Hermaeus Mora. His quest for power and the ultimate downfall mirrors the fate of many Lovecraftian protagonists who seek forbidden knowledge and pay the ultimate price for it. Skyrim integrates Lovecraftian elements primarily through the character of Hermaeus Mora, his realm of Apocrypha, and the overarching themes of forbidden knowledge and ancient cosmic entities. The Dragonborn DLC in particular stands out as a rich source of Lovecraftian horror, with its dark, otherworldly landscapes, corrupting artifacts, and the ultimate price of seeking forbidden knowledge.
Fallout 4, unlike Skyrim, is chock full of references and even has a continuation of a Fallout 3 story: the Dunwich Boars. Dunwich Boars is an old marble quarry located in the northeast corner of the map near the Salem area. The company that operated the quarry, Dunwich Boars LLC, has ties to a dark and mysterious past. The company's involvement in occult practices and its disregard for worker safety are reminiscent of Lovecraftian themes of forbidden knowledge and the pursuit of power at any cost. The location is shrouded in a dark, eerie atmosphere with misty surroundings and a general feeling of foreboding. This atmosphere is reminiscent of the mysterious and unsettling settings often found in Lovecraft stories. Very similar to the Dunwich building. As players explore deeper into Dunwich Boars, they experience hallucinations and visions, hinting at the dark history and supernatural influence of the locations. These visions are reminiscent of the psychological horror often found in Lovecraft's works, where characters are driven to madness by their encounters with the unknown. In the lowest levels of the mine, you'll encounter an ancient sacrificial site as a direct reference to Lovecraft's themes of ancient malevolent forces lurking beneath the surface of the earth. You can find a unique sacrificial knife called Krem's Tooth. This weapon is associated with a ritualistic altar, further emphasizing the site's connection to dark, ancient practices. Let's move on to the Cabots, a family that lives in a beautiful home located in the town of North End in Boston, Massachusetts. It is a large, well-preserved mansion that stands out amidst the post-apocalyptic ruins of the city. The mansion is inhabited by the Cabot family, who are revealed to have an unusual and secretive history. The family has been alive for centuries thanks to a mysterious serum that grants them immortality. The Cabot House is home to several artifacts that are connected to ancient civilizations and otherworldly beings. These artifacts, such as a mysterious serum and the artifact in Lorenzo Cabot's possession, echo Lovecraft's themes of ancient, forbidden knowledge and artifacts that can alter reality. The Cabot family's immortality is attributed to a serum created from the blood of an ancient immortal being. Lorenzo Cabot is a central figure in the Cabot House questline. He is a powerful psychic who has been imprisoned due to his abilities. His story parallels Lovecraft's themes of individuals who are driven mad or imprisoned by their encounters with otherworldly forces. The artifact in Lorenzo's possession is revealed to be a piece of a mysterious alien spacecraft. This artifact grants Lorenzo and his family members powerful abilities, but also drives them into madness. This mirrors Lovecraft's stories where encounters with alien artifacts or entities lead to similar outcomes. The Cabot House questline delves into themes of cosmic horror, where the true nature of the universe is revealed to be vast, ancient, and indifferent to human concerns. This aligns with Lovecraft's portrayal of cosmic entities that exist beyond human comprehension. The Pigman Gallery in Fallout 4 is a location that draws inspiration from H.P. Lovecraft's short story, Pickman's Model. The Pigman Gallery is located in the North End neighborhood of Boston, Massachusetts. It is a small, unassuming building that houses the art collection of a painter named Pickman. Upon entering the gallery, players are greeted by a scene of horror, with gruesome paintings and evidence of violence scattered throughout the building. The paintings found in the gallery depict horrifying scenes of violence and the macabre. These paintings are reminiscent of the works of Richard Upton Pickman, the artist in Lovecraft's story who painted scenes of unspeakable horror. It is implied that Pickman is a cannibal who uses the body of his victims as subjects for his paintings. This aligns with the themes of degeneracy and grotesquerie found in Lovecraft's works. The basement of the Pickman Gallery contains a hidden area where Pickman keeps his victims' bodies. This hidden sinister space reflects the hidden horrors and secrets often found in Lovecraft's stories. Both Pickman in Fallout 4 and Pickman in Lovecraft's story are artists whose work is fueled by a dark, twisted vision. Their art reflects their descent into madness and their fascination with the grotesque. The paintings in the Pickman Gallery, much like Pickman's paintings in Lovecraft's story, blur the line between reality and nightmare, challenging the viewer's perception's insanity. Lastly, and a quick one, the Awesome Tales comics are extremely similar to the Astounding Tales comics written by H.P. Lovecraft.
I was gonna dive into Starfield for any Lovecraft references, but it all seems mostly vague or non-existent, which is odd because aliens and cosmic horror are a staple of Lovecraft's works, as we've gone over multiple times. One may argue the existence of the Terramorphs, but it's non-concrete at best. So I'll ask you guys, are there any references you have found in Starfield? Leave them in the comments below. Also, if we missed any references from other games or anything of the sort, then let us know in the comments as well.
We appreciate you guys watching, and if you liked the video, we'd be super grateful. You should also consider subscribing if you enjoy Bethesda games or RPG content. Have a great week. We will see you in the next.